What up, though? So I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about today. I just got done watching the Kings Lakers game. Kings came out on top. That was a good game. I guess yeah, that was a really good game. I guess I'll start by talking about that game. It wasn't. It was really all Kings first half per se, and then second half is when like Lakers actually started to compete, and they ended up forcing overtime. Yeah, so I know De'Aaron was in foul trouble. Sabonis fouled out late, and yeah, De'Aaron was in foul trouble. Plus, he tweaked his ankle late in the game, but he still had 37 points. But I think that's a good stand. That's a good game right there, just to like see like where those two teams stand, because we know like the Kings, they're going to be a playoff team. I think the Lakers are going to be a playoff team regardless, wins or losses, whatever. But yeah, really good game. I know LeBron, AD both play well. Rui came in off the bench and he started to spark it. And there was a point where the Lakers were up by about 5-7, and yeah, Rui was in. He came in. AR didn't see AR in the fourth quarter that much. Their lineup was it was like I saw Gabe Vincent in there a lot. Yeah, Gabe Vincent was in. It was D'Lo, Gabe, Bron, AD, and Torian Prince. So you didn't see AR or Rui, who they just signed to contracts because they see the potential in those guys. But yeah, man. So sent it to overtime. Lakers couldn't pull it out. Yeah, De'Aaron didn't play. Overtime, Malik Monk had to close it out, and he did just that. Him and Herter. No Sabonis, so they're at the end of the game. They could have won it if they would have just put like JaVale McGee in the game just for size, but they didn't, and so they ended up going to overtime, and they had JaVale in for rebounding purposes and defensive purposes down low, so that AD couldn't, or LeBron even can't just abuse who's guarding them inside. So yeah, that was a really intense game. Yeah, gonna see what De'Aaron's little injury is. I think he tweaked his ankle, but still, he was limping around the floor. He was hitting clutch shots while limping, so that just shows his toughness, mental toughness. A guy like Kevin Herter, he was a starter last year, comes in this year not the starter, so he has to prove himself. I know he's been in a shooting slump. Keegan Murray started the game off cold. It was like 0 for 6, 0 for 7 to start the game. Then he started to come around second half. He had a chance to hit the game. He had a wide open three. Fox took the clock down, and he drove in, penetrated, and kicked it out to Keegan. But Keegan, he couldn't hit it. It was a little deep. If he would have been on the line, I think he would have knocked it down. But he left it short, so it's not an L because they ended up winning the game. But yeah, he hit big shots as well in the fourth, I believe. Yeah, then in overtime, Malik had 10 points, if I'm not mistaken. But he had clutch points, just taking over for his boy De'Aaron, man. Another good buddies duo. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that game. That's a good, like I said, that's a good place to see where those two teams stand, because I feel like they're both going to be playoff teams. Yeah, Lakers just couldn't capitalize, and like they were down 5, they lost by 5, but they were down 5, and they had a chance to at least come down and make it a one score game. But LeBron like was inbounding the ball, and then D'Lo like fake like he was going that way, and he cut back inside, and LeBron passed the ball out of bounds. That's just a big miscommunication, and that basically was the game over. I think Lakers are going to be a playoff team if they can just. I think they got to continue to use Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. They just gave them that money feel like that's gonna be a waste if you don't use him. I see Torian Prince getting a lot of minutes. I feel like Rui can do the same things he does, guard and knock down shots. I feel like Rui's a better shot maker than him too. I've already talked about my opinion on Rui versus Torian Prince, but yeah, Vincent he got playing time. I didn't even see him score this game. But yeah, LeBron started to lock in the fourth and overtime, and he started to get buckets. And AD as well. They just couldn't do it by themselves. I know AD, he was like in the post during the game. He had bunnies, like lays, like wide open lays, and he was just leaving them short, or he just wasn't using the backboard and missing. But, AD, he had a big game. Him and Brown both had good games. Yeah, I'm just gonna get some stats, even though I just watched the game. I'm gonna get some specific stats. Say AD had 30 and 16. That's a big night. Torian Prince had 20. D'Lo had 17. LeBron 27, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. AR only had 5. Rui had 11 off the bench. C. Wood had 11. But yeah, and then for the Kings, Sabonis 12 and 15. Herter had 12 and 7 rebounds. He had some big rebounds down the stretch as well to be a guard, Kevin Herter. Yeah. Fox had 37 and 8 assists. That's a big night for him, and he didn't even play in overtime, so he easily had a 40 ball. I consider that a 40 ball, but they got to see the 4-0 in the column to consider it a 40 ball. Keegan Murray, like I said, he came alive in the second half. He had 17 and 8. Malik Monk off the bench, 22 and 3. I feel like he chooses to not be a starter because he could easily be the starting 2 guard for this team. But I feel like he's like a Jordan Clarkson type guy who knows they can come off the bench and provide a spark. The rookie, Sasha, he had some big shots in the third. I know he hit a 3. And that was basically all for these guys. That's a good win for the Kings. That was a test. That was a battle. And yeah, they came out on top with Sabonis being out. He fouled out, and then De'Aaron. They were just Mike Jones was just putting trust into his guys, and Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, and those two. Kevin Herter hit a really big 3 to finish the game, basically. And yeah, they got the win. And I don't know what I'm gonna talk about today. The rest. I guess I'm going to look at the standings because I've been watching a lot of games. I just haven't had the time to record. And I thought today was going to be a good day. It's midnight. So, this is a grind. So I'm looking at standings right now. So, they're going to be the undefeated teams. But I'm not even going to talk about surprises because there's only been 2 to 3 games played so far. Pacers are looking pretty solid. They beat the Cavs, and they beat the Wizards. They blew the Wizards out, and they beat the Cavs. That's not... Celtics aren't a surprise. They're undefeated, 2-0. Magic, they really haven't played the best teams, but, they're 2-0. Pistons, 2-1. Cade, Duran, that's that duo. I'm telling y'all, they both had big games yesterday against the Bulls, man. We got the big win. But LaVine had 50 against us. LaVine had a 50 ball. They were talking about how he starts the season off bad. Well, he put up 50. The Bucks, they got laced today by the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks got their first win today against the Bucks. I saw that in the first half. Dame was 0 for 7 shooting, which is iffy. I'm looking at the box score for this game. Hawks won by 17. They were up by like 20 at halftime. Yeah, nobody really... It was a balanced scoring attack, to say the least. They had 8 players in double figures. And all the players in double figures had 12 or more. And then for the Bucks, Giannis had 26. Dame had 6 points. That's why they lost right there. That's why they lost. Dame had 6, and I know he shot terrible from the field because at halftime he was 0 for 7 from the field, and I was like, whoa, why are they getting blown out right now? Giannis had 13 and a half, I believe. So yeah, they got beat down at home too, which makes it even worse. Sixers are 2-1. Their only L being to the Bucks on the road. I know Harden's about to start practicing again, so they're gonna have him back, and I know it's gonna be good to have Harden's transition to a point guard for me. And he's transitioned his game from ISO ball to being a facilitator, a guy who could average 20 and 10 in his sleep. Hornets 1-1. We beat them. Detroit beat them. And who did they beat? The game I was watching. Oh yeah, they beat the Hawks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I watched that game where the Hornets played the Hawks, and it was a good look, man. I know PJ Washington had 25 that game. I know LaMelo's usually streaky, but I think LaMelo has a chance. He could average a triple-double this year because he's that, like, LaMelo gets his teammates involved and he rebounds the ball, and he also can get you 20 points per game. Like, it's nothing. I just feel like LaMelo could be like one of them guys if he was just consistent. And I know when LaMelo be chucking sometimes, man. Wizards 1-1. Who did the Wizards beat? That was notable. Oh, they beat the Grizzlies. It wasn't by that much though, but they beat the Grizzlies. I'm gonna get to them when I talk about the. I'm gonna get to them when I talk about the Western Conference. Yeah, I'm gonna just go through every team and give my early opinion. The Knicks are 1-2. They beat the Hawks. They lost to the Pelicans. And who did they play first game? Celtics, right? They lost to Celtics first game too. I feel like they're gonna come around. Knicks are usually a playoff team, but they're gonna come around. They just have had it's only 3 games in, so you can't judge a team 3 games in. I'm just giving my opinion, like off rip on the season and what I'm thinking. Just what I'm thinking. Like seeing a team like the Heat the Heat are 1-2, but you know those guys are gonna. I know Jimmy Butler hasn't been playing the best. Derek White torched them. That was crazy. Ballhead Derek White is a menace now. He's a bucket. He's always been a good defender. He's been a bucket too when he was in San Antonio. He was solid. Cavs suffered that loss to the Thunder. I turned that game off because I thought they had it in the bag, and then I'll see that they lost. It was like they were up by like 10, like a minute and a half or so, minute maybe, and then Chet hits a clutch 3, and they end up losing to the Thunder. Man, Chet had 16, 13, and 7 blocks that game. I think Chet's gonna put up multiple triple doubles this year with blocks, because like even though I'm gonna talk about the Thunder too when I get to the Western Conference, but Hawks, I already talked about them essentially. What my thoughts of them are: Trae Young, DeJounte. Yeah, they just beat the media proclaimed the best team in the NBA early. Beat them by 15, so 15, 17, same thing. Yeah, they lost to. I talked about they lost to LaMelo and them, and they lost to the Knicks. Yeah. Raptors are 1-2, but they beat the Bulls to start. No, the Bulls beat them. They beat the Timberwolves, which was pretty. It wasn't really like that to me. I watched that game. Ant had a good game. Scotty, I know Scotty's coming around. He's gonna be a 20-10 guy this year. He's gonna put up a lot of triple doubles. If you have him in fantasy basketball, he does everything. So even if he doesn't put up 20 points and 15 rebounds, he's gonna give you solid. If he doesn't put up 20, he's gonna give you 10 rebounds, like 5 assists. Like, he's gonna fill the stat sheet. And then the Nets. are 0-2. They're the only defeated team in the East. I know they lost off a game winner versus the Cavs. And then again, they were in a close game again. Who was that against? Was it close or not? Yeah, and then Luka put up 49 against them. That was a great. I keep saying I'm gonna talk about this team because it's the Western Conference. But I feel like once Cam Johnson comes around, he's still a little hurt. But Cam Thomas is a bucket. That guy puts up numbers. He's a gamer, as they say. I just feel like Jacque Vaughn expects him to be more of a defensive threat rather than just an offensive side guy, because you can put up 40, but can you guard? Can you play make? I saw this post on Instagram. It was like, your life is on the line. You need a player to get 4 or more assists. Oh, at least I think it was 4 assists. And they put Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas, and everybody in the council was like, yeah, I'm gone, bro. That just goes to show, man. And then for the West, we got Nuggets. What can I say? Nuggets they didn't even have any reinforcements. They just play the right style of basketball. Mike Malone knows what he's doing over there. Jokic, Murray. Everybody came back. They lost Bruce Brown, which was big, but KCP filled that role. Reggie Jackson getting more involved. I like the Nuggets. Pelicans are 2-0. So they've beaten the Knicks and the Grizzlies. Good wins. I know I've said this before. It's just a matter of, can Zion stay healthy? That's it. They're a playoff team with Zion. They're a French playoff team without him. So if he can just stay healthy, and that's what's looking like so far. Him, BI gonna average 20 a game. Possibly CJ as well. They got the defender Herb Jones. I know they're missing out on a guy like Trey Murphy right now. Let me get my car ranks. I'm sorry, but I think they're gonna be a solid team. They got Valanciunas. I know they got Kira Lewis. I don't know if he plays at all. I haven't watched Pelicans game yet, but I think Jose Alvarado's injured, so yeah. Think about Jose Alvarado. I'm gonna go back to the Bulls. I know they got that win, and Caruso hit a game winner that game. I don't know why I'm talking about that right now, but that just came to mind. Mavs. I talked about Luka putting up 49. Luka could be an early. He's always like this, early MVP favorite, putting up crazy numbers. Him and Kyrie leading. They're 2-0. Like I said, it's early. It's only 2-3 games in. I'm just giving my opinion. Suns, that's my pick to win it all. Once Booker and Beal are fully hit. See, this is early in the season. Let them get their bench some run. Let them get that mesh. Let KD lead the squad. Let Nurkic man the paint. When Booker and Beal come back, man. Hey, that's all. I don't gotta say nothing. Clippers. I know they lost to the Jazz, but Clippers are looking really good, man. Healthy Clips are they just beat the brakes off of the Spurs, man. They beat them by 40. And I know PG's having a good start to the year. I feel he's going to be the leading scorer this year. Him. Yeah, let me look at this. Kawhi. Yeah, Kawhi, he back. He don't got to do anything. He don't got to do it all, though. PG didn't even do that much. They just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 7 players in double figures. And the Spurs, yeah, they just couldn't they couldn't put the ball in the basket, and Clippers made them pay. Did Westbrook? Westbrook. I gotta check on my boy Westbrook. Yeah, Westbrook had 19 and 8 rebounds. Westbrook looking solid, man. It's hard to cap his game off because he's so energetic and he can play make. It's hard to say he's washed when all he has to do is, and he's a defender too. Westbrook does play defense, so it's hard to say a guy like him is washed because his game is like it's hard to be bad as a player when your play style is that. play make, score when needed because you have wings around you who can get it done easy. And play defense, rebound, do what you normally do. It's hard for what I'm telling you. It's hard to call Westbrook washed, bro. It's hard to say Westbrook is washed. How if he still has his athleticism? Only way you can say Westbrook is washed is if he get hurt. And even if he get hurt, I'm telling his play style is just so it fits in a lot of systems. I know they're trying to get hard, and I'm like, you got Westbrook. Chill out. Warriors, solid start, Curry just put up that 40 bomb against the Kings. Night, They just did something dirty to the Rockets. They didn't even beat them by like a lot. They only beat them by 11, but Curry's still putting up. He put up 25, but Curry's having a solid start to the year. I know Draymond came back, so having Draymond in the lineup, it's gonna affect it. I know Chris Paul, like, it's his first time ever coming off the bench in his life, in his career. Yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to win, and winning does not mean running small ball basketball, especially in the West where 99% of the teams have a big who's taller than Looney and Draymond, so can't bring a guy like Looney off the bench though. Why they got rid of Wiseman? Brought him to Detroit, and he not even gonna play like that. We got Stu, we got Duran. Hey, Thunder. It's who I want to talk about. Thunder, Shea. Like I talked about that game versus the Cavs. It was crazy. They just got destroyed by the Nuggets, but a lot of people, everybody gonna get destroyed by the Nuggets until you go against like some comp. Thunder, Shea, he didn't have the best game against the Nuggets, but he's putting up numbers. He's a gamer. What else can I say? I know he wants to be like, if Jordan had to come off screens and play off ball, Shea, stop. Once you get the ball, it's ISO. I don't get what he's trying to say. Like, I've never seen Shea come off a screen and knock down a three, and I don't want to see that. It's not normal. He's like an ISO guy. Chet, come on, man. I like Chet. Chet could low-key be the rookie of the year because he's playing a bigger role on a team who has an actual chance to make the playoffs. And he was their leading scorer today against the Nuggets. I know they're like, oh, Jokic babied him. He's playing to the standard that people are setting for him. So he's solid. They got defenders, man. They got Dort. They got J-Dub. Defenders. I know Shea's iffy on defense, but like they got Dort to guard the other team's best guard. And they got J-Dub to guard the other team's best wing. And, bro, watching that Cavs game will have me cringing, bro. The Cavs announcers are so biased, bro. Every time somebody scored on Chet, they're like, go at his chest. Go at his chest. He's weak. He's skinny. And then when somebody blocked him, get that weak stuff out of here. Al Michaels, bro. He's a legend, bro. I remember when I was younger, he used to be commentating to Kyrie. It was so funny. He's a legend, bro, in the commentator, game. Cause like he's consistent, man. I don't care. Okoro had a solid game that game, but he had gotten taken out he got hurt or something. Yeah, he got hit. The Lakers, I talked about them so far. Lakers are 1-2 now. Yeah. I said I think they're gonna make the playoffs. This is early. They're 1-2. They got comp. They've played Nuggets. They've played Kings, and they've played Suns, and they got the dub over the Suns. When it was just KD. KD put up a 40 ball, and still his teammates couldn't help him. So, do I want to see a KD versus Bron playoffs tournament, playoff series? Yes. But I just want to see it for the first time, to where whoever wins doesn't win the chip. Like it was like Curry and Brown last year. Timberwolves. And I got high expectations for Ant, Cat, Gobert. That's a solid. Once they get McDaniels back, bro, the defense on that team minus Cat is gonna be crazy. I say this all the time. You've probably heard me say this. McDaniels is such a good defender, and they need him right now because they're starting to kill Alexander Walker, he's solid. He's solid. I think healthy Timberwolves squad makes playoffs. I don't know what seed, but I think they make playoffs regardless. Kings 2-1. I already talked about them. Fox, it's a bonus. That duo is solid. Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes on the wings, solid. Whoever they're starting two guard, I think their starting two guard has to be Herter. I know Duarte's a better defender. That's probably why they were starting him, because he's just a better defender. But do whatever you can to win. Jazz, they're going to be fringe, I guess. Lauri Markkanen is going to be an all-star again, I think. He just had a monster game in their dub against the Clippers, where he had 35 and 15, I believe. Him and PG dueled it out, and they got the dub. So, Jazz are always going to be one of those teams where it's like, people think they suck, but like, they come out and they get wins against teams that you expect them not to get wins against. Spurs, yeah, Wemby and company, Vassell, Johnson. I can't even say they gonna suck. Like, it depends. It's early. Trailblazers, I feel like they are gonna be pretty bad. They're 0-3. They haven't won a game. Simons is out for 4 to 6 weeks, so that's gonna be iffy. I know Shaden Sharp's carrying the load, putting up numbers. I feel like this is his breakout year as a sophomore. Rockets, man, Rockets are bad. Yeah, I know it's 3 games in, but they not looking the best. Dylan Brooks got cooked by Curry earlier. Oh my gosh, he crossed him, pump faked. He had him in the air, knocked it down, and he did the home alone. It was hilarious. And then Grizzlies, you can't count the Grizzlies out until John Morant comes back, and you see how they play with him. I know they lost Dylan Brooks, but I feel like David Roddy could fill that role. Zaire Williams, whoever. I know that, and they don't got Steven Adams for the year. They might have a down year, but Jaren's gonna run the 5 this year. Run the 5. And yeah, this is going to be a segue into my predictions video, which is still coming. I just felt like I had to get something up for y'all today. I'm not going to post this because it's midnight. I'm going to post it later today. I'm going to post it and squad's looking solid, man. If I had to get my early picks to be top 3 in each conference: Nuggets, Suns. I think Warriors. Nuggets, Suns, Warriors. I think Warriors. Yeah, Nuggets, Suns, Warriors are my top 3. And then for the East, Celtics, Bucks, Sixers. If you want to sneak in, possibly. No, that's my 3. Come on. That's my 3. I know a lot of teams like the Cavs got injured. Cavs got injuries right now, so you can't say what you really have. They don't got Jared Allen or Darius Garland. So, but yeah, my title favorite, I already said Suns. I think Suns, Bucks. No, not. Stop. Suns, Celtics is going to be the finals this year. Or Nuggets, Nuggets are, I'm not counting them out. I'm just being biased towards Kevin Durant and company. Beal, Booker, Nurk, Kogi, guys like that. They got defenders over there. I want to see that game whenever it happens. But, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm hoping to get more recaps. I know I was asking, do you guys want me to do a video every day or a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday? So just let me know what you guys want from me, because I'll do it. I know I got to get that prediction. That video is going to be like an hour at least, so prepare for that video. But that's all I got for y'all today. I just wanted to talk about the game that I watched, or a few that I've watched, talk about them, talk about my thoughts on each team thus far early. It's only we not even a weekend, but I just wanted to get my thoughts and stuff. So that's all I got for y'all today. Peace out. Thanks again.